Record. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to a critically average adventure, more specifically, more in this little microcosm that we like to call the Fragments. It's a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Woo!
Woo! Hello.
Rather abrupt finish to last time's episode, so I might just glue this one on the end of the other one because we kind of went for our break and then came back and we just chatted crap about crap for ages instead of actually playing any more game.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah, we just so far sidetracked from the main course of events that it wasn't even a Dungeons and Dragons game anymore. It was just a nice little hangout and a chat about life, the universe, everything.
Let's be honest. We have no idea what the main track of the game is anyway. So
yeah.
Even you don't, and you came up with it.
No, well, you know, there's a terrifying thing happening, and it's up to you to
And
stop.
that's us. And
that's us. Yes, that is you two. I'm just being paid here, mate. When you guys leave Mordenstown, I'll be at the gates going, well, see you later. Bolt.
Where we left, I believe, was that you just finished fighting a rug.
Oh God, yes. I just come back to these guys. What? I feel like that guy in that meme when the guy walks in with pizza and the whole house is on fire and there's somebody on the floor and they give him like CPR and like.
Yeah, there was
Pretty much.
Charlie, but basically Killian and
Oh God.
no, wait a minute, Killian and Jax. Is that right? No, Charlie and Jax.
Charlie and Jack, then it was Killian and Erwin.
Yeah, Killian and Erwin had come the bottom way into the Thakelbrows residence.
Yeah.
Really dodging
Terrifying
perilous to the death.
creatures of the depths of hell.
Yeah, and a flying manta ray with nasty face.
Yeah. Which I decided to take umbrage about and just to get the hell out of here.
And they did so quite successfully upstairs and into where they were. And what they came across was a fight between a metal man and a rug and an orc and an Aarakocra, which then they then stopped and then had a conversation. Now, I believe the conversation went something like Erwin wanted to inspect the residence, see if there was any more things here to be discovered in terms of the background of Thakelbrows, etc, reconnections, re-shipping, because he was into the kind of warehousing side of things here.
Basically, he was moving all the, well, we could surmise from the aeronauts warehouse that he was shipping a great deal of the paraphernalia for construction of these temples/churches, because that's what he had lots of. That sort of stuff, as well as fine wine and incenses that basically drug people. Unsurprisingly, giving people a lovely time. And why don't you take this little bit of crystal in the skull in the neck as well while you're at it? Yeah, basically wining and dining, literally in this case, and they're basically getting them sozzles.
Wining, dining, and then
converting to their religion, new religion.
Yeah. Sounds not nefarious at all, does it?
No, it sounds like the Conservative Party.
And Jackson basically just wanted to take the broken robot that they just killed back to Ilin Marcel.
This was the whole robot that I was going to take back.
Yeah.
Not whole anymore.
It is whole. It's all together.
No, didn't someone take its head off?
Yeah, and then put it back in the robot.
Oh yeah, yes, it's
not functional anymore, and it has a few holes in it.
Together in a new way that together is.
Yeah.
It's a new, it's like the Art Nouveau of animated armor. You know,
Yeah.
this is like
Jackson Pollock are putting it back together.
This is very different. Yes, this is a new style. Yeah, a modern installation. The artist cares not to be named.
The Dali robot.
Yeah, just melting down one side and sort of bound together where you've made holes in it with the strips of the rug. And it looks very postmodern, this construction.
Well, I thought with the damage to the rug, it would make quite a good sort of, scarf type thing.
Yeah, scarf. Is someone turning this rug into a scarf?
No.
Jax,
I don't
Jax,
know.
you're going to take Magic Rug Skull.
I don't care. I stopped caring.
Jax gathers the fabric to him and thinks, I can
Ah, so you found me a living, a working specimen. No, Jackson, that's not working. That's still in pieces.
Yes, so we come in there.
Jackson, shall we just wait for them to come downstairs? How long are you going to be? Elan's a busy man.
We can do. I can sit at the bottom of the stairs and happily take a rest. That's not a problem with me.
All right. Do you want anyone to come with you, Owen, just in case there's any more of these traps and things?
I thought I will.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Very well. Should you need us, just give us a call.
Ring, ring.
Spunk. I'm thinking of living here. I'm not having any store again. I'm just going to put a chair under the tank. I'm good.
You want to do the talkie in the head thing? Can you?
Technically, I am already, but we're the only one person I could see, so it's me and Kills. For another, say, 20 minutes or so, because only now.
Okie dokie, that's where we go. When you proceed up this central staircase, leaving Jackson.
Toby, leave your port. Tobes.
He's asleep.
No, he wasn't. He isn't. He's frozen because he's been caught.
Um,
Toby. Sorry.
When you proceed up the central staircase, well appointed balustrades and banisters and all the things that we discussed before about what's the difference. And Killian and Jax and Charlie are left at the bottom of the stairs.
You look a little shook, Killian. What happened down there?
There was big flying fish.
What? A flying fish?
Yes. A big flying fish.
Killian, maybe
Was there 3 of them?
There was, you saw 3.
There's 3 of them.
Killian, you look like you had have you had a knock to the head? Look, sit down
Not that I remember.
Exactly my point.
That's normally the way with knocks to the head.
Sit and rest with me and Jackson here for a little while.
Charlie's concerned about your safety.
I know Charlie's concerned about my safety, but it's you.
Look, we've got this robot. We've got to take it back to Ilian. He's your favorite person in the entire world.
Yes, I love Ellen. Love Ellen.
I know you do. I know you do. I don't.
Which makes me love him more.
You get some sick pleasure out of tormenting me, Killian, though, and I will never understand it. We've been such good friends for such a long time now, and don't look at me like that.
Would you, Owen, like to make some investigation roll? An investigation roll first, please, as you come across. The first room you come across is well, there's 3 main doors in front of you. So left, middle, and right. Which one would you like to go in?
Let's go left.
Left. Left is an office of
Oh, great.
some sorts. Study with a selection of books on the wall. There is a simple desk in the centre with a rather lovely ornate oil lamp that sits upon it. There are inkwells and quills and things, documents. Everything in here is very, very tidy. Very neat, very precise, very well kept.
Oh,
Without disturbing too much the order of things, I will like peruse books on shelves, look for hidden like cutouts and things like that. Check the depth of, look for discrepancies within the depths of cupboards or behind bookshelves. You know, something, something deeper than it looks. Sort of.
Cool. Let's
More
have a look.
shallow than
what
it should
we
be.
found. That sounds like an investigation to me.
Yeah, indeed. I got 12.
12. What you notice is that there is a false bottom in one of the cupboards.
Cool.
You kind of reach in. Doesn't seem like much distance in here as you reach over a set of like files and stuff, but you
Hmm.
And it feels like it would shift if you took the paperwork out.
Which I'll probably do carefully, not to disturb its order, because it might be important later.
Cool. You
If it were me.
you slide down. I know. Could you
Hand in, just go.
could you roll me a D100, please?
Okay, I can roll you a D100. This is probably where I roll bad. I rolled 98. I'm going to change those dice because they are really loud.
You find a stash of considerable size hidden beneath this panel.
Hidden stash.
Could you roll 2d6?
I will, just 2 seconds. Hello, sorry. 2d6. Got 6 in total.
You
5
find,
and a 1.
you find 6,000 silver pieces.
6,000 silver pieces.
bloody
That's a
hell.
lot of silver.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to carry that.
No.
That's a lot of silver.
Okay. I need you. You also find 4. You find a like a kind of gold scepter thing with a that might be sort of used in a religious ceremony. You find also a circular ball with a symbol of Melora atop of it, and this is again religious artifact type sort of 250 gold. You reckon it's worth each of these things? You also find an image of like an imprint, like a relief is what I'm trying to say, of with a different deity. You've always been coming across the Melora is a common one that you keep coming across time and time again.
Yeah, it is
Yes.
common.
But this is you find something else here. It's the goddess Sahine, I think it's called. Let me just check it. I think it's Sahine. Yeah, Sahine.
How do you spell that?
I will just get you the spelling for it. So
Cool.
Weep, 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 weep. Well. Sehane. It's a moon goddess. And table G. Table G. Much using a DMG. We found a heck of a lot of stuff in here.
Interesting.
Okay. Can you roll me a d4, please?
I got a 3.
Got a 3, and then roll me a d100 3 times.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're rolling really well.
78.
Okay. You find a piece of armor, like a breastplate, I guess it would be. No, sorry, it's a scale mail armor, with some etchings upon it that look like snakes and fangs.
Interesting.
Second one.
27.
Toby.
You find a steel pot. No, sorry, a bronze pot. Sorry, it wouldn't be steel. It's a kind of bronzy color, and all around the edge, it has pictures of fire, flames, like dancing, and some of them look almost humanoid. Oh, wait a minute. Is it?
And 24.
And 24. Oh, Owen, you find
A live cobra. Ah!
a pair of beautifully made but simple looking leather boots. And you pick them up, and the weight of them belies their crafting.
Like they're masterwork of some description.
Yeah, they are beautifully made. You pick them up, and your innate talent tells you that they should be heavier.
Oh,
You can see the amount of work and the amount of leather that's there, and you kind of turn them in your hand.
interesting. Okay. That was an unexpected haul. Secret passage, a secret area. Let's see. I just opened this and the fuck?
Yeah, literally. You rolled super high, so
Oh, Thakelbrows seems to be a mini dragon, apparently. Because I found us horde.
you
Guy
notice
likes
something else about each of these things.
They're not his.
Yeah, and
Let's
also
not-
they're all of varying size.
They're not his personally. Yeah, gotcha.
They're so like the boots are maybe would possibly fit you. The armor looks much bigger, and the pot is just a pot basically. But
But probably summons elementals because these shit. It's like humanoid flames. That's just screams summoning elemental fire.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. I could just see Jackson using that.
I
No,
made chili.
it might be a little spicy.
It's got a face. It's staring at me.
You just get this furious fire elemental dripping in beans.
Covered in little bits of rice. It's like
Yeah. Garlic runs down the cheek.
the real
Yeah.
5-alarm chili. That one.
This is what you find straight away in the case.
I will carefully place that all pretty much in the center of the room. Because don't know what to do with it yet. And then I will proceed to check the rest of the room out. If that's all I find in this room.
Could you make me a check on the desk, please?
Okay. Investigation again, I assume.
Yes, please.
That's what I get 24.
So you look over the desk,
Mhm.
and what you realise, it's for show.
Yeah.
It's a sham.
Yeah, he doesn't use it. Oh,
Does-
maybe he used to once when he was actually the dude himself. Ceased to be that for some time when he turned into a purple people eater. Pudding person.
Purple pudding person.
Purple pudding person.
You see that
People eating
ink,
purple pudding person. Wow.
the ink is dry in the pot. The nib is
You
completely.
literally you hold a quill and pull out and the whole thing just goes.
Yeah. And if you were to pull the quill out of that congealed ink, you'd see that it hasn't been sharpened, and that dust lays on fine. I mean, the room is cleaned.
Yeah.
It's not functional. There's not that telltale movement of stuff within the space.
Yeah. And also, yeah, it looks like parchment's like so crisp it's never been touched. It's
Yeah.
like
Indeed, yeah.
unwrapped and placed in its little holder, and that's where it stayed. Cool.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. Once I checked any false bottoms or backings or any underside of the desk, or nothing's been literally stapled to the back of underneath the drawers and things like that.
You pull them out, they come out easy enough.
Mhm.
You find the objet d'art for writing documents. Various layers of parchment. This is
Salt
you're
rollers,
welcome.
drying materials,
yeah.
pen
There's
nibs.
blotters and things like that in each drawer. There's spare ink that isn't open, but nothing nefarious that would lead you to think anything else.
Okay. If I have exhausted this room, I shall
Yes.
walk out. Mr. Charlie,
Yes.
there's a number of items that I have discovered in this office that they put in the center of the room. If you and Killian Norman Jackson could peruse, I would
You
like
want
your opinion.
Of course.
Charlie goes up and walks into the room.
Into the moon.
Into the room.
Into the moon.
Into the room.
Stand back, everybody.
I'm out of the room and probably into the next one.
And Charlie will cast Detect Magic.
There's something strange.
Each of the item, the pot glows, the boots glow, the armor glows, and he will say,
They all appear to be enchanted of some description. Each of these items is magic.
Oh, already excited then. I thought I'd finally caught.
Well, looks like our old friend was storing them away for a rainy day. Also, notable, there are some holy relics or symbols. There are two.
This is Laura. This is
I just will check, but Charlie should know as a hero, but I will see if Charlie knows. Because it's Charles. He should know.
This is that's Melora. Oh yeah, that's Melora.
This one is
Um,
Jane.
This is Bob. This is Winston.
Ghostbusters. It was when you said, "I'm going to detect magic," and then you're like, "They all glow," and I was like, "This is something strange." You need it.
Come on, Charles. Oh yes, better. 24.
this is silly.
um,
Goddess of the moon. when Melora's eye, they conjoined. Jackson, do you know of saying? You're always talking about Gramush and Gramush's eye. You know that's a moon, right? That goes across.
What's a moot? What?
Oh. Do you remember the thing with the spinning that we took to Ilin?
The ball?
The ball with the other balls inside.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Sharing my pain. It'll make you stronger. Let the hate flow through you.
Am I going to have to explain the movement of heavenly bodies to Jackson?
Probably.
I have the perfect app to do this.
You mean like at Julian's?
You see Charlie blush as much as Charlie could blush. The feather.
No. Not that kind of movement and not those kind of bodies. That's birds and bees.
Like you.
Certainly not me, Killian Norton. I've upheld my vows. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's like, he's so fluffed up. His feathers right out.
Can't even get out the door anymore. It's just goes boom.
Yeah.
That was on the top. It's kind of like.
Yeah, that was like a cockatiel.
Yeah, he's just trying to push it down. It's like, no.
Just like,
you know what? I'll get Ilin to explain to you.
Jesus Christ.
I like how using Ilin as a weapon. It's like, watch out, more Ilin would explain these to you.
He's fixing robots.
I'm
And
sure he
another
can
one.
multitask. Whilst constructing robots, I'm sure he can explain the intricacies of spatial geometry to you.
I have a question if you even know what that means, because I don't.
I heard someone say it once.
So what's this got to do with this Sahim chick?
She the goddess of the moon. She,
I like the moon.
She Sahim is one of the gods also that was represented at Heptar.
So she's bad too.
No, just like Melora isn't bad either.
Or infiltrated.
Quite possibly.
Well, bearing in mind you're the only priest of Melora that we've come across that isn't a pudding person.
There are a couple here in modern Salah aren't.
That's a very worrying thought. What if everyone has fallen? But that begs the question, why not me?
Probably because you've been with us. Or actually, you've been with them. And I mean,
Have we contaminated you?
I wonder if I'd stayed and not strayed from the path at Heptar. Would I be like them now?
if you gain enough prestige in the church, probably. I don't think they're just doing it the rank and file. They don't. Why would they bother? They seem to be grabbing people with influence. It's just not. Doesn't seem to be a anybody and everybody party. Just seems to be like an elite group.
Mm.
Anybody with ambition. Also, if you remember the father in Estelin, Father Scroman, he was making deals with those fish creatures.
Father Scrotum.
Father Scroman, yes, that's what I said.
Scrotum.
Yes.
He was like the first pudding person we came across.
I kept his tentacle.
I'm going to assume he's a tentacle.
And I said Scroman.
Mm-hmm. So you managed to keep hold of I can't even say it. Okay, moving on.
Father Scroman's tentacle.
Oh yeah.
Scroman's testicle, that's what I say. But yeah, moving on.
Sehine is an elven goddess by definition, but many people don't know her. She's often considered a god of dreams, of the heavens, and sometimes the protector of journeys. Traveler.
Well, traveling by moonlight is often guided by her presence. Something aided, that's for sure. Traveling up and down the moon bridge, the white snow reflects her light beautifully. You can travel just as well as night as you can during the day. On a full moon.
On a clear night on Heptar at the high towers, you could see that beautiful moon.
How it shimmers off the ice is actually quite beautiful. You should see it. You should see it on a full clear night here in the winter, when the moon is large in the sky. The ice literally dances and shimmers like it's alive.
I should like that, Owen.
Yeah.
If we ever.
But isn't it always winter here?
No, we
It's
have seasons. We're in summer at the moment.
Cold and snowy is the season. Cold and snowy is the season, and it just repeats, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't snow that much during summer.
I've heard this is relatively clement.
It is actually. It's actually disturbingly warm this summer. But normally during the full winter, you have the full winter storms. You won't be able to see a foot in front of your face. The winds that howl across the Modern Sow steppes can knock a man off his feet, can freeze an animal in place.
Sounds fun.
Even more incredible that the tribesmen, that the halflings that live out there, they stay out all winter. They live through that.
They have ways of cutting homes and barricades into the snow and ice itself. It's a handy survival technique.
Incredible. What an amazing way to live.
Oh, you can live quite well on Modern Sow. More so, I think, than all the jungles and diseases of the mud-strewn and river-fueled lands from the north. Blech. Who would want to live there? It feels like it's going to be just full of flies and bugs. Lots of creepy
I
crawlies.
don't know
all over
why
the place.
Charlie saying there are a lot of flies broke me. I'm so sorry.
Flies, I tell you.
Charlie,
Getting a real buzz out of this.
Charlie will say,
I will. Maybe Illing could help us identify what these are, or I could once I'm rested.
I think Master Ilin has a lot on his plate. Remember, he technically works for the king, not us. FYI, he has other things to do.
But we are bringing him this.
and gestures to the broken robot that Jackson's holding with the head inside its stomach.
And he is supplying me with a croissant.
I'm just trying to say, don't rely on a man if you can't do it yourself. A little self-reliance from time to time.
I will look into it. I will prepare.
I think I have can prepare, identify.
Does Killian, can you not do that sort of thing? Do not identify and look into what magical things do?
Oh, no, I don't have it. No, you can't.
A wizard spell.
Sorry?
It's a wizard spell.
Yeah.
It's only going to be certain classes of cleric.
No, you can you use a sorcerer identify? No, just wizards.
I don't know if it's a sorcerer spell,
Because you got
Here we
sorcerer.
go.
Okay.
but if you haven't chosen it, you won't have it because you can't change your spells.
No, because you're
No,
a
I
sorcerer.
just. What is it?
Identify.
It's called identify.
You
No.
also need a pearl worth 100 gold.
No.
I did the bad thing.
What did you do? Press the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Mum's asking, do we want any peanut butter cookies? She's making.
Ard Wizard, Artificer, Knowledge Domain, and Forge Domain. So
Yeah.
none of the people that we have.
No. So Charlie was saying, well, Eileen, do you know of any person here, or what about Kakanzex?
Well, there's like
possibly.
a whole magic school people there.
Oh, Kansas, yeah, certainly. We're probably going there next anyway.
I
We'll
thought
bring it along with, take the stuff along with us.
Well, like it's their boots. You put them on your feet, and that's armor. You wear that. That's
Well,
easy.
it won't fit me.
You cook stuff in the pot. That seems to be what they do. I've
Do you know,
identified that
Jackson,
there's
I
armor
actually
people-
know you're not stupid. I know you're not stupid. I know you're not stupid. Stop trying to pretend that you are.
but,
I mean, you're not wrong, but you're also not right. And you know it.
I could suppose I could take this off and put that on and see what happens.
You get really cramped wings.
Well, I'm used to that. I used to wear clothes that didn't let me have my rings.
Why would you do that?
Some strange notion I had in my head of being more, well,
You have a beak. How did you?
I know some strange notions I had as a fledgling of trying to fit in.
I cut them off.
I never understood that. I mean, I was raised by humans, but I never forgot I was a goblin.
I was raised by my own kind, and I wanted maybe to forget that I was.
Wouldn't the armor be better for Killian, being scaly and all?
Achille, would you like to put this armor on?
Cool snakes and fangs all over it. Kind of cool.
And it's scaly. We could paint it white.
Eileen's got paint.
Stop making me laugh. All of
Well,
you.
I'm sorry, Killian. I'm sorry, Killian. I'm not trying to make you laugh.
I'm drinking coffee and all three of you are making me laugh. It's like not the best. I
And
know.
where did Killian get the coffee? Where's ours?
I did make it. Yes, I said yes now, so that yes, I'll put the armor
Okay.
on.
You
What do I have to do?
put on.
I just know I've got to roll something. What is it?
Yeah.
It's not. You just put it on. It's this. Add it to your inventory. And put it on.
Right. I love you. I don't know what that says.
There's always going to be a great start to the thing with it. I love you, but
His handwriting is as bad as the 6-year-old's.
If not worse.
Yeah, if not worse. So,
according to
Manage.
well, according to D&D Beyond, coins have no weight.
But, it depends on what you've got your thing set to.
We are set to knowing, not coins,
can
not
you
weighing.
type it in?
Cool.
I
'cause
cannot.
I have
If you've written it again.
240 gold and 6,057 silver pieces.
Would be so 100 is about 25 Sorry, 1,000 is about £25.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of hilarious. What is my weight max?
That one, yeah.
If you click on
I
your,
got it. Carry capacity is 120. Yeah,
You put it
I'm
on.
already carrying 112.
you can push, drag, or lift 240.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. No, that's not bad. And that is exactly what I'm doing to my trousers. I'm literally dragging my trousers around.
You move at 5 feet around when you're doing.
I'm just going to walk up these stairs,
Put it on.
one step at a time. One leg. Other leg. Right up. I'll get there in a minute.
Yeah, having a shot.
No, I'm playing EverQuest again. We've got a platinum copper. Boink. There you go. Can't move. Off me. Can't move the bank.
Owen, are you going to put these booties on?
I've already got lovely boots on. Thank you very much.
You put them on. Could you please add?
I've got active conditions. I'm in defensive cold. I like my boots. Thank you
Got
very
these
much.
boots of the winter then.
Yeah, I got the boots of the Winterland on. They're nice and comfy and got white fur and they look really good.
Cool. There's a.
Are they Erwin-sized boots, the little booties that you found?
They are.
Oh, they're all Erwin. Boop. Or are they like, boop, because of these long toes? Do one of those ones that's got.
I am long-toed. I have I have a human foot size for tiny little body. I do
Goblin body.
little penguiny sort.
Ah, they're Erwin booties.
Well,
And when I sneak, I do tiptoes.
who's going to carry this pot, this brazier?
Can I pick it up and put it on his head?
On whose head?
Your head.
The
Can I
GM's
take
head. That'd be weird.
Have like a little helmet.
Oh, four break. Boom, conk. What the hell?
Killian. I guess I'll carry it then.
Charles will put it in his pack and look at you and glare.
Ooh.
Stupid question. It was like, you're already holding it. You carry it.
I wasn't holding it. It was. Never mind. Right, are we going to go to Ilian's now? We've
I will
discussed-
quickly
I'm
peruse.
checking up here.
I will quickly peruse the last 2 rooms.
Of course.
Um,
So middle room appears to be a bedroom, well appointed master bedroom. This one, beautiful bed, made immaculate.
Mhm.
Again, everything seems. I'm going to let your investigation roll.
I
that you
know.
rolled
Cool. Yeah,
beforehand.
yeah.
So it's a similar situation. Like this is unused. This has not been slept in for some time. The sheets are still where they were. They've not been shifted. It doesn't look like a body has been in here.
Hmm.
Not a body as
Of
in.
course, double checking
living.
for
Sorry.
At this point, he hasn't done anything human for some time. Got that?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking to. He hasn't used this room as a handy storage for paperwork or things like that. Surprised the others didn't have it. No, no.
In this room,
Like in back of sock drawers or pants
Main
drawer.
room. what would you?
Stuck to the bottom of drawers or behind the back of chests.
You would find, I think, in here, away from to be here, you find a letter tucked right to the back of a drawer, and it's
Ooh.
old.
Hmm.
It's been folded and creased many times. And it is a letter of invitation. From Hammerad of Hector to Archibald Thakelbrows. A discussion of trade, a discussion of shipping, increasing relations between Mordensal and Drosk and Heptar itself.
Where was those other regions he was speaking of?
Drosk. Drosk is the capital of the mainland.
Yeah, that's it. Fair enough. So this is how. Cool. Does seem like Hamarath was the mover and shaker within this. That's kind of a good thing. Cool.
What are you thinking, Owen?
I got a letter here, an invitation from Hamarath of Hector to Thakelbrow. Old letter. I think this is how it all started for him. Opening trade relations and better social relations between Mordensal, Hector, and Drosk. Seems that Hamarath was the linchpin or negotiator.
I wonder if only we had more of those. This. It's a shame the warehouse burned so much.
Yes.
Could have looked into where the things were coming from. Where the stuff in the quarantine area could have given us some clues. But
All I have is a lovely bottle of luxury wine liqueur from the forest of Gargamel called Aureline, and an incense from the city of Ranasham. Came from the city of Ramashan before coming to Mordensal on the airship.
what do we do?
I don't know where Ramasham is. Where is Ramasham?
Ranchan is on.
I was actually asking.
That is on the far west, eastern continent. Large deserts, expanses, jungles, that kind of stuff. Exactly what you were talking about a little while ago. Rivers and jungles and mighty things.
I like snow. I like snow a lot.
Snow becomes even more tempting to stay in snowy old Mordensal.
That's where I was born. I like the cold.
So do we go, Jackson? Do we go to Inn and get him to sort this machine out or whatever it is?
Well, that's what I was gonna do. But I said I'd bring him a working one, and this one isn't anymore.
Well, there's only one other one we know of.
Well, I'm not going to him for that. Although it may turn up, because if this one came alive, the other one might have as well.
Well, it wasn't when you were dropping it down the stairs.
Could you make Jackson an intelligence roll? I hate to say this.
I rolled a 50.
Jax, you realise that the machine came alive as soon as you tried to remove it from the property.
Downstairs is still part of the property.
Well, yes, but so the rug and stuff came alive at the same time. So, like, because I tried to take that one out, did the other one come alive? So is it like sort of wandering around at the bottom of the sea going, I need to go and chop someone apart, or making its way back here or something?
3 months later, in the middle of the snowy desert, clunk, 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 out of the snowstorm. The hell is that? That's a very frosty robot trying to stop
Just
the
covered in
infiltrators.
weed, like
Weed,
pondweed dripping from-
snow, ice crystals all over it, formed all over it. Sort of thing. It's like that's had an adventure. This thing's
Is
had an
that how they-
adventure.
Like in the head of it, is there any holes or anything?
There was like a visor, wasn't there?
It's like you just see a fish go past in the eyes. Like,
It's got like a fishbowl inside.
what? What's that? There's a
I don't know
card.
if that's how magic works.
There's a
But you know,
card.
if they've activated, is it activated down there, or did falling down all those stairs and into the sea like break it? I don't know.
Well, I know full well that I'm not going down those stairs ever again. Not with those flying things.
Or maybe it will make its way up and like end up fighting the flying things.
And should we shut the secret passageway door?
Yes, but mark it so people know that it's there.
The flying fish and angry robots don't sound to
don't-
appeal.
Yeah, well, at least the flying fish thing couldn't actually get up the stairs. They were too big. They were large.
Oh,
Very
If
Johnny,
they were flying, could they have like sort of landed and wandered up the stairs?
That's what it is
Didn't look like they could.
from Umbrella Academy.
Anyway, I didn't hang around long enough to find out. I wasn't there sketching their physiology. I was getting the heck out of there.
This when's that? That's what it turns into. It's from Umbrella Academy. It's
Oh,
a
I know
ro-
it.
Yeah,
Frankie,
robot with the goldfish.
yeah, Frank Ippolito from Thingy was the special effects crew to
Mm.
help make a lot of that.
Um,
They even made the robot, the box.
so are we
talking
taking
box.
all this stuff? Are we selling his stuff? Are we taking it to the king? Are we just claiming it as ours?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I came here. I came here to find information.
And we're taking everything of value out of the place.
yeah, we could return it to the rightful owners. I mean, that would be the right thing to do, would it not?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm guessing this stuff's probably Thakelbrows.
Possibly.
Tackle
Well-
brow size shoe.
Yeah, and they like magic. I thought they all like sort of changed to fit the right person.
I don't know. I could try it on. But my feet. With my feet. Okay, I'll give it a go.
You put on the magical shoe, and the magical shoe fits over there.
How peculiar.
You do look very strange with shoes on.
I feel very
Yeah.
strange.
Less clacky.
I feel sprightly with these on though.
Sprightly.
Sprightly, yes.
Okay, cool.
But we should take them. I feel this is. I'm in good conscience. We should take these to the authorities and
Isn't
maybe-
Erwin like officially the authority now?
Officially, I work with the king. Technically for the king.
But
if you
doesn't
are
that
right
make him one of
you should know what to do, Owen.
They should be reported, nonetheless. And those holy relics should certainly be sent back to the appropriate churches whence they came. That is for sure.
I agree. Wholeheartedly. We should take these to the various churches around the town. Maybe I could be doing that.
Good. And ask them if when they ever went missing,
I will do. Yes,
just in case.
I shall visit Sir Heen's temple and the Church of Medora in town, and
Mhm.
speak to the priest there and see if they can shed any light on the mysterious heat.
Because it does seem unusual for Thakelbrow, the now pudding person working for them all, to be really interested in other religions.
But was
Yes.
that what Thakelbrow was into before he got?
That's not
Exactly.
impossible. Not impossible. I didn't really detect any age with all this stuff. It wasn't covered in cobwebs in there. So, could be. But this place gets cleaned. Although, would a cleaner go in and clean the secret stash? That'd be kind of hilarious.
Was there a date on your letter that was his invite to see the Heptar?
The letter's really old, but I don't. Well, I look for a postmark or whatever.
You think that this
Doesn't have a
dates?
year of our Lord written on top, sort of thing.
Yeah, it dates back about 12 years ago, roughly. So before the king fell to the.
About 12 years. According to the post date on this thing.
The other note that you find as you look over this a second time is the way that the letter's written implies it says things like mutual benefit, a good deal for us all, that kind of stuff, hinting at it's almost said so like it's really selling the idea of this trade kind of thing.
To be honest, Hammerrath was even 12 years ago, I imagine, or even our last journey, Hammerrath was in charge of Hector 12 years ago, was he not?
As far as I know, yes, he's been there for a long
A super powerful person from Hector wishes to trade and make you a senior trade-off, an offer to be like the head of a trade negotiation. Yeah, Thakelbrow would go for that. It wouldn't take much. I mean, reading this is still laying on a bit thick.
Were you working in Heptar then?
No, I never lived there.
No, Charlie.
No. My stint was only there for about 4 years.
So did you see lots of trade coming in from here into Heptar?
So many different places of trade. I mean, there's the saying, all money flows to Drosk. I mean, there was lots that came to and from Drosk.
Trade is trade. It goes everywhere. I imagine even to the deserts of Ranashams and whatever orcs come from.
Do you know what? When we were rehabilitating individuals, those who had committed crimes, trying to turn their ways, and then we put them on their boats to be shipped away,
Mm-hmm.
I never realized what we were doing until I was strapped to the deck, the underdeck, as a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Our boat was heading north,
Mhm.
Killian, in that strait.
Yes.
If we'd continued on the trajectory that the captain had us on,
Yeah.
we may well have been in somewhere near Anashan.
Yes. Didn't we find on that boat a map that's
You found a boat map,
a boat map?
a boat map,
Boat
a
map.
sea map.
We did
Yeah.
one boat map.
What? Ah, here comes the West Country. Anyway, we did one boat. I tell you. Proper
We
job.
did one boat map. And what would be on boat map
There's lots of stuff on
that we
there.
did find?
Well, you found that you well basically you wrecked as happens with most campaigns.
Hey,
Yep. The biggest
We're
clue
headed north on a
destroyed.
northerly trajectory. The boat was facing north, so you immediately took the boat and steered it west.
hey,
To be honest, if you're a slave being sent north, you go anywhere else because
But
north
no.
is where the slave is to go.
yeah,
It's
it's
the
like,
last place you go. Oh my
Yes.
god, this slide's going to take us straight into the mincing machine. Oh, thank God we've got untying the strap. Where should we go? Down the slide. Whee! Oh.
And as they did so, they met a dragon that said that would help them with Heptar.
hey,
And then
hey, 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 hey. Hey.
Just
Hey.
ignore the bronze dragon. That's fine.
Hey.
Send him a message.
A couple of times. And right now he's probably wondering how well you taste now. He's buying seasonings from Ramasham, just in case.
We didn't ignore the bronze dragon.
You totally did.
We got
Any moving-
sidetracked.
Just basically went, can you hold? Like
It was that really, really horrible, shitty like elevator music. Like, din, 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 din,
yeah, like music in the background.
din, din.
There's
Can you
like a
hold
dragon-
and literally held us? Can you hold and handed a scroll to a bard and basically paid him a lot of gold to just be plinking
An
away?
enchanted bagpipe constantly plays. This
Oh, can you
dragon
imagine that? Oh, yeah.
drumming their fingers on the bottom of the ocean.
Not drumming anymore. He's scouring.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wondered why the fish people got so riled.
Yeah. Because there's a bronze dragon now scream and who is now followed everywhere by an enchanted haunted bagpipe.
Yeah.
I know a song.
Um,
It'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Get on your nerves.
Yeah.
Just me singing the Doctor Who theme tune. I can't
I liked how the microphone ducked that. It was like,
I've
It's
been,
only gone into like dog hearing frequency now. Like
it was loud.
oh, please, come on, Matt, interrupt us. You've been doing the whole time.
Yeah, go on. Come on.
So, are we going back to the castle or are we going on a tour of the churches? Because we got a lot of stuff to carry.
Look, I don't enjoy Ellen's company.
Why?
It gives me the willies.
You give me the willy.
But you might have insight into stuff he says. Because, like, if we're going to start talking about gods and things, you kind of need to be there.
He's got a point,
Okay. On the way to the castle, we shall drop off the relics to the various churches. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Sounds like a plan. Stan.
Are our security guards still out front?
yeah, they're standing there like they're trying to pretend like nothing has happened behind them. Their eyes are fixed completely straight forwards as you approach behind them.
Evening, we're done in there.
I hang my head in shame and wander past.
Did your investigations go to plan?
No.
We found some stuff. We deactivated some traps, so it's safer in there now. You won't get eaten by a rug or a...
I turn around and look at the destruction. I mean, yes, he's not wrong. The traps are all gone, although the roof might collapse.
And be careful if you send anyone down into the secret chambers down below, because there's flying fish things down there that try to eat people.
We marked a secret door. When the our investigation team arrives, please let them know that it is dangerous to go down.
He takes that small pen and paper.
Thank you.
Pen and parchment. I'll leave these notes for those who concerned. Yeah, not no problem.
How many
I'll
gold
also
bars?
hand him the letter from the old letter from Hamrath Tactile.
Okay.
This is
Alright.
evidence of the connections between Hamrath and Thakelbrow.
Did you say there's
I
two-
personally believe it's the instigating moment when Thakelbrow turned to the moor.
Aren't we like taking that to the king?
No, remember, there's supposed to be someone coming along to investigate.
I thought that was you.
No, that's the point why leaving the place intact for the investigation team.
And I give each guard like 2 gold.
Okay.
And I'm so
We're in the king's pay.
drink. drinks are on me. You'll need them.
Make a persuasion check.
Hate you.
It's got. Who are you giving him gold? I mean, it's good. It's good money.
It's good. It doesn't sound like a bribe at all.
It's not.
I know, but it looks like one.
It's just like you'll need them. Where have I put my dice?
I know where you put your dice.
Pierre!
I don't know. You had them a second ago.
I
You
know,
were
I
jiggling
probably
them.
sat on them. Am I sat on them? No. Pierre!
They're on the arm of the chair. They're next to you.
Didn't you
Those-
actually put those? Ladies and gentlemen, wipe back the video. You probably saw her put them away.
No, the thing is, they're there.
Yeah.
But it was a white bag on a white cover, so I didn't see it.
They're blue dice.
No, it's a white bag on a white cover. Shit.
Careful. Careful, Jim. Careful, team.
I'm stepping back.
Good idea. Wise.
What
A
was
wise
it?
choice, sir. A
Favours?
wise choice.
Persuasion check, please. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
That would be 11.
Oh, double digits.
What's in it for you?
Nothing. That sounds really dodgy, doesn't
They
Yeah,
take
yeah,
the
you
gold,
sound
but they
dodgy.
look at you like
Nothing.
it?
they take the
Nerdy.
gold, and they're like, "Thank you." And as you start walking away, they're like, "I don't trust that guy." It's a bit. Is he a bit weird?
And I just turn back and I'm like, I can hear you.
They're talking among themselves, kind of thing. That you kind of get the overall feeling that they think you're like,
Crazy.
yeah, insane.
Rising.
I am.
Matt, out of character. The
Yes.
dude who was the guard who was pretending to be a proprietor of a brothel.
Julian, yeah.
Yeah, Julian. Okay, that's what I just need a name. Yes, Julian was the one in charge of investigating the Thakelbrows residence.
Okay.
He had to do other things first. He did ask me to leave it intact.
It's still standing. And the traps aren't there anymore. Would you really send him in to like risk his life and limb when we can do stuff about it?
How a trap is built and who constructed it is also important evidence, or could be. Very hard to determine who cast a spell or created a trap when the door is literally off its hinges.
Well, we've got the robot thing and we're taking it to the robot guy, and we've got the half
That
a rope,
doesn't work anymore.
but he might be able to tell us something about it. Like if you gave me a broken sword, I could still make an informed decision, a sort of guesses about the sword manufacturer and things.
But if someone gave you a broken magical sword, could you have ever told it was magical before? And perhaps who forged the spells built into the magical sword? The answer would be no, because it's broken.
I thought this was mechanical, not magical.
I
got
don't
wires.
know. I don't know how any of this works.
You told me it had like wires and things.
No, I didn't. I
You
said it had
did.
something. I said it had something stuck to the eye holes. Probably some sort of magical device. Otherwise, it was hollow.
I got it. Sorry.
Can I like sort of shake out the head of the head of the robot thing and see what rattles and falls out?
You shake it with the force of an orc, and two
Everything
small,
falls out. Whoosh.
two small-ish crystals fall out.
Okay.
Ah, now it's even more broken. Well done.
Well, we've got them, so we can give
What
them
kind
credit.
of crystals?
They're like they look. They're
Oh,
the
please don't
colour
mix
of
them.
ruby,
Okay,
but
I'll
they are
just make,
semi-precious. They are
I'm
not.
just making sure they weren't the pink ones. That was all.
No, these are not pink crystals.
Oh, thank God, because I took my hands on them. Could that be really bad?
Zooming out.
Oh, crap.
Here we go. It's not a wee situation.
It kind of is, actually. I'm with you on that one. He's kind of a wee
It's
situation.
more like a
No.
situation.
It's
Oh,
more
here goes.
like- situation. It's more of a Bill and Ted moment than a roller.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Up to the castle.
Yes, church, castle, en
Castle.
route.
Okay.
And then when Matt's trying to redirect it, and we're like,
It's not going well today, is it? At the
Sorry.
Church of Melora, there is a small hunched priest that you.
Hang on, before we do anything, excuse me, Mr. Priest. Can I test you for something?
squidgy squidge.
Oh, yes, of course. You're a man.
Okay, I would like to give him a.
What is the test? What are the questions?
No. It's a physical thing, and I'm going to basically pick him up.
Be gentle. Oh, God. Where did I pick him up?
Because like we decided we needed to be a little bit more thorough in the
All right, yes.
person.
But don't pick him up.
No, as in it's sort of
I'm bear hugging me.
bear
Guys,
hugging, bear hugging
about.
Steve.
He's not a stretch Armstrong. Give him a bit of a squeeze. His eyes bulge.
Hey, if he's got a little hunchback, it might help realign his spine a bit.
You pick
Yeah,
up
well done. It's realigned. It's now quadriplegic.
doubled over dwarven priest, who's even smaller now. You pick him up, and
It's got a great hourglass figure though. So it's like,
there is a crunch.
oh good God. Good God.
Jackson, this individual feels arthritic, not pudding.
Okay,
Oh, this guy feels like crushed bone and powder. It's a bag of grains in here. Stop it!
Oh no.
30 points of damage on him. This is it's like popcorn. It's like popping paper.
Yeah, you give him a couple of
Massages. They call them massages. He's very gentle, aren't you? Aren't you, Jackson? You're very gentle.
yeah.
I don't think that's in his vocabulary.
I think that's a no moment.
So, this punched over dwarf is pressed placed back down on the ground.
He's now human height. You know.
Eyes wide. You can now see his ankles because he's.
Stop doing to get on there, like where their tongue comes out when you squeeze them, and or like pop out. It's like.
Yeah.
I'm strong with them.
He must have enjoyed it. Look.
Look at his face. He's having a great time. He's squeezed by our fork.
Oh God.
Oh,
He places him back down. He's like, oh,
I wasn't expecting that today.
I think you're not a pudding person.
I'm glad we established that.
Owen, is your friend quite well?
My friend
No.
here is not from here.
I've been
A Westmere Grummash, a fine fellow, direct and to the point. But his heart is in the right place for the most part.
But well,
And Mrs. Killian
come in to the come in. I think I need a cup of tea.
probably wise.
big fellow. You want some tea?
Have you got a beer? Oh, how about some of that wine you guys drink?
Sacrificial wine.
Glass of wine sounds good.
Cheese and biscuits for the dragonborn, I suppose.
And this guy is a dwarf, right?
Yeah.
No, he's a human now. Well, he's taller as one.
I get advantage on all checks with dwarves.
Sorry.
Good God.
I get advantage with all checks with dwarves.
He's not your racial enemy. He's an old
No,
man.
No, advantage. I have a belt of dwarven kind.
Oh, right.
So I can now speak dwarven, and yeah, I get advantage on charisma persuasion checks made to interact with dwarves.
Oh, Jesus.
Come, yeah, let's beer. Come on. And you, a priest of Melora, welcome to the Sahin. Welcome to the Temple of Sahin. Not many times one of your kind crosses our door. Well, it's an honor, and thank you for welcoming me under your roof. And you are welcome under mine at any time.
You have a roof?
It's a metaphor. I'm not explaining metaphors to you, Jackson.
I was waiting for him to say something. I was like, "What? What's it going to be?"
What's a metaphor?
I don't know metaphor either, but
Well, no, it's a turn of phrase. Like, he's welcome where, if he welcomes me, I welcome him.
Okay.
favor for a favor.
So if we give him a gold statue of his god, does he give us one of your god or my god?
No, what's wrong with you?
No, this was stolen from here.
Are you sure?
Well, we don't know. That's what I ask.
Well, if it was taken from here, he won't know. That's
He's
what.
quite old. He would know if Thakelbrow used to come here and pray.
Let's go and have tea with him, Jackson. Then we'll ask him.
These are all excellent questions. You're absolutely right. Let's go actually do this, shall we?
Okay, I'm going to go follow a dwarf. Looking for a beer or a glass of wine.
Come in.
Sanctified wine, blessed by the good.
All about the state of the place. It's
What?
just
What's wrong with it?
Well, as you come in, you see like it looks like all of the decorations for a Melora's Eye party have been put up, but these are ones celebrating Sahin.
They're from like 20 years ago.
But it looks like no one came to this party.
Oh,
I haven't got the heart to take them down.
Did you have not very many people come to here? Or do you not let them in?
No, the doors are open. Laura's your friend, Dank. I look him down. Not the fact that the pupil of the eye is a moon. A new moon.
Better watch what you say around him. And I'll point to Charles.
what? Gillian, stop. Why are you trying to start a holy war every 5 minutes?
I'm quite okay. I'm one good thing Hector did was make me more accepting of other ways of looking at the world and different people's point of view.
So explain why you're still hanging around with these two.
Ilin has no point of view other than Ilin's point of view. And that is I try to distance myself from him because I find it difficult. I accept that he exists in the world, but he's bizarre.
How do you think you look to him?
I don't know.
It's not even an argument. not even close to being an argument.
I look. We're welcome down to this roof. Have the cheese and biscuit that he's offered.
Oh, I've already devoured cheese and biscuit.
Oh, plate of biscuit. What's next?
Look. I'll
Block of
fetch
cheese?
tea and beer. And he comes back a little while later, and he's got a couple of like a small butt, little beer butt for Jackson, and he pours you like a glass out of this butt, and you know that should be still pretty good. I didn't even open the barrel till a day or so ago, and and anything I can get for you.
No, thank you. But perhaps what you can give us is your knowledge, your advice.
Oh.
We discovered this. Pull out the relief of the deity, of Celine.
Huh.
We were wondering, did Thakelbrow ever enter to pray here?
And he traces his fingers over it.
I haven't seen this in many years.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this church would go into good hands. At one point, I thought there was a promising young practitioner learning the ways here. And he was a very, very enigmatic speaker. And one of the people, more than these modern folk, I don't understand them much. I'm stuck in my ways, but he could talk to the young folk. He had a way with them. A great. He left. The day that Thakelbrow went to Hammerhead. Part of a exchange program of invites of all kinds of promises of spiritual knowledge and rare learning of the ways of saying, and never to return.
What was the your apprentice's name?
My apprentice was Balak Trit.
Drit.
Balik, B-A-L-I-K
Mm-hmm.
T-R-I-T. Trit.
Oh, trit, not drit.
No, Trit.
Trit. Right.
And you've not like recruited anyone else since then?
It's very hard. The old gods are dying. Or the worship of them is anyway. Who wants this old tired saying anymore?
Well,
Sayings of the elves. Although we see the moon every night when the sky is clear, those who wander are already lost if they're in Frohast. Don't pray to her anymore.
you like give people a choice. Like everyone back home followed Grumish. Like it was the only option.
Modern Sal has many churches, many religions.
People follow where their heart leads them, I suppose.
Mhm.
People have done their wandering by the time they reach Frohast. Normally the journey's long and hard, and when they're here to hide or here to die.
Well,
That's
at least
why
you're
you-
from here.
Of course.
So is that why you're here? Are you hiding or
Still like
dying?
it. I'm here to live out my days, yes. last of an old.
I never liked that. It's
What's
why
that?
people who come here from elsewhere always have just a bad reputation.
It's very easy to be lost in the snows. It's very easy to live out the life of a hermit, hiding in a place where only. Well, you know how it is, Urban. You've lived here a long time.
Yes, my whole life. I was born here.
I guess you don't know much of the world otherwise, really. What
I know
about
that
the
you-
master? Did he tell you of anything?
Oh yes, many stories. All over.
It doesn't make you want to wander.
Not far. The whole world can be discovered just by walking down the street. Why else go anywhere else?
You are an optimist, aren't you?
Of course.
Well, that's lightened this old dwarf's heart today.
Um,
Look,
does your moon god like know anything about things
Goodness.
floating up there
well, it's
with
not
the
just
moon?
the moon. It's the moon.
The
There's more than
moon-
one.
But like not just like the moons, but there's like sort of a big floating rocky looking thing that's sort of coming here.
Have you gained any visions from the goddess about any invaders or visitors from beyond the stars that may have crashed into our world some time ago?
The stories are old of Sahin. Sahin dates back from the days of the elves. And the elves were tenders of the forests. And they would look to the stars and they would look to the moons to guide themselves through the darkness of night.
Yes.
Beasts of all kinds that lurk in the darkness. And then came the time of the great breaking. That was when the world was torn asunder. That's when the forests, many of the forests were destroyed.
Yes.
Some say the tales.
Is that the same time that the shard turned up in Shardfall?
That's the point. People in the north just don't. People in the south just don't tell tales of this.
Well, there are rumors. Well, there are old trees here. There are old trees to the west.
Mhm.
But that was old forest at one point. But now the ice has destroyed it. The cold, the great sundering, and then the new moon in the sky was there also.
New moon?
The moon that passes in front of of the main luna that sits in the sky. When you get Menorah's eye, that second moon was not always there in the scripture. It was just one moon.
Oh. Where did that moon come from?
It occurred at the time of the great sundering, the great fragmentation.
I think
Pardon?
At the time of the fragmentation. When the world was torn apart.
is it pink?
I go outside. I look up. I look for this moon. I generally do. Like,
We could go back to Southgate and then we could look through the prince's gadgets.
I think we should. I really think we should.
How's the tea, Charles? It's very, very, very nice. Thank you.
How's your back?
How do you... So Melora, with Melora's eye, could not exist until this new moon was there. Precisely. Why your religion is so young compared to this old dying one. I see. Oh,
It's you switching between the two voices. It gets you every time. Sorry.
Could be
is that
worse.
what you mean by newfangled religions? I mean, the scriptures, even from Melora, centuries or more than that. They're but relative into all things. I mean, time has gone on for a very long time, Charles.
Hmm.
I suppose so. Well, there's your artifact. And is there anything anybody else needs to do? We've got more artifacts to return.
I think this has been very enlightening.
Well, it's about
My friend,
I was going to joke about something about the people being enlightened in my church for the first time in a while, but what's the point?
you get out there and you speak to the people. That's why you fill this church. That's how it works. You need to be in the community, not hiding from it.
And where do I start?
I literally open the door and go, well, try your neighbors. Be a voice, listen to their concerns, be a shoulder to cry on, someone neutral to give an advice.
I'm going to
And
give.
then, Carry on,
No,
Jackson.
I was going to say I'm going to give him 5 gold and say go to the pub and buy him a round of drinks and then tell him about your moon lady.
That also works. But if you want to be part of the community, you want to talk to your neighbors.
The church appreciates your donation.
I recommend Julian's.
Julian's, you say?
Yeah.
Is it?
No.
What, those people need enlightenment?
Most of those people are undercover guards. So
Oh,
What?
Killian Norn is trying once again very hard to sow mischief. We have a worshipper of Grimash, a worshipper of Melora, a worshipper of absolute chaos.
and Killian.
Killian. Well, yes, it's true. Isn't it? A local pub, a local place where local workers come together to gather. That's Gillian is not actually nearby for a start.
What's that one where we broke the door down multiple times?
Oh god, no. That's also not nearby.
The Yak's Tongue.
Yes,
Where we had a massive fight with the
twice.
Yeah.
And then chased an assassin.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, the one that has a spare set of doors by the door, so they can just
I
put a
think
new
no,
door
the
in the
Yak-
way.
The Yak's Tongue is the
Yeti's belt.
Yeah, Yeti's belt. Yeah, the Yeti's
Yeti's
belt.
Tongue. Yak's Tongue is the ice themed.
Yeah.
The
Is that the Yak's Tongue?
ice. No, the ice pub is Inuit's Hood.
Inuit's Hood. There we go.
But
Come
yeah,
on, Jamie, you
can
should
have
know
that
this.
one.
It's your drink.
That all fights in, that's very nice.
Yes,
I know.
Inuit's Hood.
This is why
I do have my pub names list on here.
it's like
Yeah.
this guy.
I have the same. I have 3 lists when I'm GMing most games, especially fantasy games. And there'll be a list of people, just random names, a list of pubs, taverns, and churches, randoms, yeah, and then places, people, places, and I literally have 3 columns, and I will literally go circle, line, and then just tick them off the list, and then refresh the list every now and again. So, who are you? Well, my name is.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
It is.
Dennis!
Oh, we need to get some information. What's the nearest church? Well, the church of is just down the street, and of course, if you want the gossip, you should go to.
Yeah. Do we want to take a quick break here before we go
Yeah,
on
can
to
do.
the castle?
Coffee.
Coffee or something.
Tea break session.
Okay.
That's
What about fragment? Yeah, we got to a second half this time round.
Almost
Almost didn't. We did just have 20 odd minutes waffling,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like a waffle.
or more than that.
or as I like to call it, JC. JC couldn't shut up, and they just got on their phones like, I can't stop talking. Carry on.
Oh no! I
Oh,
was
interesting.
I'm see, because I got invited. Why I asked is because I got invited to a vampire game and I've never played, so I was trying to get a little bit of the. But I have opted out anyway. Yeah. So on around the chat on I did opt out. And I opted
You
out.
opt in now.
I opted out of a Vassan game as well. So
Who
um,
are you?
Yeah. Vassan, you like Vassan?
I do.
Anyway, in this game, I thought there'd be another 2 hour 20-minute conversation.
I did because if we have to go to the roller disco, I can't play it. So
But you've just said your back hurts. and you
back
can't
to
roll
this game, everybody. Right, this game. People are going round
Church, we are now back at
willy
the.
nilly.
We're going back. We're at the castle now, I think.
Yeah.
We're back to the castle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Back to the castle. You go.
Yeah,
back
we've
to-
handed everything out, done all of that. Go.
No,
back to
because
the castle.
if we're handing stuff out, then we're going to pudding person test them all. Because
Oh god. Okay. I will try to smooth out things and probably run ahead and find the first priest who comes in. Okay, so he's a little special. Just humor him. So when Jackson comes in and basically
All
gives
are
them.
welcome within the Church of Manor.
Told you.
Is his name Armstrong?
Can be now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Father Armstrong again.
Yeah, hello. Yes, I'm Father Armstrong. You came to the Church of Menorah. Ah, another follower, another welcome cleric.
And then there's some giant hands suddenly come in from behind us.
Yeah,
Are you stretchy?
around the neck, like one of those. You remember those things you shook? and they
Wibble
go,
wobbles.
Yeah.
Jibber jabbers. Jibber jabbers.
Jibber jabbers. That was
Jibber
it.
jabbers. Funny story. A friend of mine actually, a friend of mine couldn't come to a game for like 3 weeks, so we replaced him with a jibber jabber. We literally put a jibber jabber in the chair and drew stubble on its head, on its face. He had stubble, so we'd actually ask him his characters. I was like, "What do you think?" Oh, interesting. Replaced him with a jibber jabber.
That sounds like some.
That was brilliant.
I like it.
Next time one of us can't play,
Yeah,
that's what we're
so-
doing.
so-
That is what we're
so-
doing.
Father Armstrong is welcoming. Melora's church is more resplendent, looking far more attended. Several
Money it has money.
yeah, several worshippers. I was going to say practitioners, maybe
Practitioners.
whatever.
Kind of is in D&D,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because they'll cast spells. So yeah, technically,
But there are a few, shall we say, peasants would be maybe or
Congregation.
townsfolk.
it's called they're called congregations.
Congregations. That's it. Some of the congregation are there. It's not a service. They're not a
These
service.
Peasants are here for some reason.
These peasants
Well,
come all
peasants.
the time,
Out of the way,
groveling
Peck.
and leaving mess all over the floor, dirty knees, stains all over the place. Oh, disgusting! Look at them. The stench. No, he didn't say any of that.
He might do, but only once.
He says, what can we do for you today, fellow
We
cleric?"
hand over. Yeah, we hand over the item, ask him if we discovered this in the hands of a traitor. We want to know whether or not it was stolen from here or from a church nearby. But that's this basically the
There was a
Ball.
rod. There was something else. The ball.
Yeah, rod and I forgot what they're called.
Orb.
orb.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
Right.
like,
Scepter and yeah, thingy. Yeah.
Rod and
Rod, it's not a nice staff is a term, but I don't think it's called that. But that's the only thing. My rod
Yeah.
in myself.
it's
But I
that.
don't know what that means.
He says, this went missing long ago.
honestly, didn't just threaten to stab you with scissors. I'm so sorry.
This was missing long ago. This was given as a as a parting gift to a promising young priest.
Another one. Is it the same person?
What was his name?
I believe he had a congregation in Esterland. Scroman was the name.
Yeah, he did. no?
Really? What a fascinating name.
Yes, I thought so. Some people sniggered. I don't know why.
Because it sounds like scrotum.
Please.
Cop, echo, 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 echo.
Several of the congregation.
Boy, is it quiet in here?
Look at the half orc who just bellowed scrotum.
He didn't bellow it. Unfortunately, he's a baritone, so it kind of
Yeah.
carried.
It hits the. What it does is it
Perfect
travels
pitch.
faster than they think they hear it, and then it hits the back wall of the church and
Comes
comes
right back.
He had tentacles.
Oh, what?
Moving on.
We're not telling him because it's important that he keeps an eye on his church and make sure that
Moving on.
well,
Oh,
assuming
his church.
it is
yeah.
he's a Melora churchy person.
It's a Melora churchy person of this church.
The Church of Melora.
It's not the Archbishop of Melora.
But if he doesn't
It's
keep
not the
an-
Archbishop, is he? 'Cause otherwise, we do need to have some words.
but he needs to keep an eye out for putting people too. Because if his church is being taken over by pudding
Father,
people,
are you the head of this church? In this church?
And that is my congregation. And
Oh, excellent. You and Jackson should have a conversation in private. That's not a bad idea.
is he going to do that?
No, he's done that already. I assume he passed. He passed his test. But he should probably explain why that was important. And it is actually important.
I think maybe that's wise. I think we might be disturbing some of the dedicated prayer in this place.
You have an office, a vestry where you can retire to.
Yes, please come to the side chapel and we'll pull a door too. Tea, anybody?
you got beer.
Oh, no.
We're obsessed. Thirsty work has it been?
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. It has been a long day. A very long day. Oh boy, has it been a long day.
Come, sit, please. And Dragonborn, please. We have specific seats for those with tails.
It's like
Such a long day.
I do not sit after it's so long.
so we actually met Father Scroman, whatever his name is, in
Oh,
Westerland.
a dedicated man.
No, he was bad and we killed him.
What?
This needs explaining.
No.
Continue.
There is a thing called the Moor, and it's been I don't know if it's like parasiting inside of people or taking them over or something. Did you hear about the thing up at the castle the other night?
I did. I heard that. I heard that Hammerad is dead.
Yeah, we killed him too.
He'd been taken over by a
He starts backing up.
Well,
just listen to start at the beginning.
So there's this thing called the Moor, which is a rock floating above the moons, but is coming this way or may have
It's
got here
crashed already. It's already here.
Well, I don't know if it's here or if parts of it here, because like when you lick the rock, then you go through and it's still flying towards us. It's turning this way. So I don't know if that's a memory or if that's actually. Anyway, so there's this Moor.
Because I'm lost.
No, it's not. He's not good at his beginnings.
There's this Moor thing which has.
That's the third time you said that, Jackson. Yes. So
As previously, I will.
it's like,
I will.
go for it. What did you want
I
to
will
say?
pull out the medallion with the Moor symbol in it. Just plot it.
People have spoken to me of this symbol, and that there are strange goings on in the sewers and the fire, and it was all
Connected. Scroman had become
Infected pudding person.
he was
Where did you
he was tempted
find-
away from the faith with power, prestige or something. They prey on people who have desires for
He
power
was
and prestige.
strong. He was
Well-
very much dedicated to spreading the word. To his, he made people. He needed people to want him to.
When we met him, he had closed his church, wouldn't let anyone come in, and he'd made a deal with a load of fish people who later attacked Southgate.
He stopped being Scroman a long time ago.
When,
They place a piece of their god inside the person, a little nick in the neck and a little crystal, little pinkish reddish crystal, but like the one like the shard fall, like the shard out there in the snow. Well-
I've only heard legend of that here. It's very few go there. It's
not
awfully
good.
dangerous. I've heard of aberrations and mutant things. and
Yes.
strangeness.
They all are connected by the mind to a being from beyond the stars that crashed into our planet, causing the fragmentation, the fragments. Anyway, they've been building a secret cabal. They call themselves the Moor. Scroman fell foul of their influence and ceased to be himself some time ago, taken over by the infestation that they placed within him.
he wasn't like fully like, you know, like when Hammerad popped and turned into a big thing.
Hamrad was also one of them, but a older
Like,
one.
Roman was only like sort of when I smacked him, he fell over and this little tentacle thing came out. It wasn't like sort of big. It was, so I don't think he was like fully possessed or infected or parasited or whatever.
There are things about its lifespan we don't know. How long the mind can survive? How long does the person inhabit independence from the parasite? When does it take over fully? It might be very early on. It could be much later.
And where were these found? Like I said, this was missing. This was given as a gift.
Thakelbrow, the traitor, was also a member of the Moor. These were hidden in his house.
A payment then?
Possibly. I'm not sure. We don't know. There were no accompanying letter, just hidden away, secret compartment. It wasn't just from okay, I don't know. Religion. Look, it wasn't just items from Melora, but from other faiths too.
We've already seen the dwarf from Sahim.
Yes.
He wasn't a pudding person either.
A sorry state, that one.
Hmm.
I wonder, is he well?
Do I have any tentacles?
He's old. That's what. He's old and
Well, that's look. Well, it would make sense. Someone who would be able to give out a place such as this in Estelin, a whole church to oneself. Such a young individual would normally take some time to get to this position through study. I mean, but ambition can lead you far. And if he was that driven, maybe this is what drove him.
we know that Hamarath of Hector was a member of the Moor, and as far as we can tell, when we battled him, probably the most advanced infestation that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So whisperings in the right ear.
Yes, we think so. We know that Hamarath was the one who infected Thakelbrow. We don't know how many more he may have done so. But any who have traveled to see Hamarath must be put under some suspicion. You know your church better than anyone.
Is there a way we can
Yes.
identify?
Their bones become soft and malleable. They look whole, but the area around shoulder blades all become squidgy and soft. They normally hold their shape just fine, but if you give some pressure, you can tell the difference. Ergo, Jackson's gentle massage.
Also, their clothes aren't really clothes; they're just their skin.
They can change their form and mimic. Their skin can mimic coloration and form.
That sounds disgusting.
Horrifying. Actually, you're absolutely right.
It's very clever, but yeah, horrifying.
What about pockets? No, I don't want to know.
We don't know. We didn't
Actually,
check.
that's a really good question. What about pockets on clothes? Are they actual pockets or are they just like flaps of skin?
DM
What he's more worried about is how they go to the toilet.
The question is, have we found anything on any of these people? I think we have. So the answer, no, we haven't. Okay. Yeah. The answer is
Not any of the full-on pudding people.
guess what? Probably not then. Just pocket-shaped bulges.
Pocket-shaped
Yay.
flaps.
Wow, that's a reaction. That was an ew. That was a Jamie ew moment. That was cool. And on camera. That one. Let's zoom and enhance on that reaction.
This episode's called Skin Flaps.
Theological discussions on skin flappery.
Back in the room, calling the owl. Let's have.
You're welcome.
Sorry, have you gone now?
No, I'm back.
Just about.
Well, thank you for returning this. We shall begin testing the congregation at once. We could probably do it as part of the ceremony when they come.
Well, we did think about. I don't know whether or not you had any magic stuff because, like, we did try. Someone tried to read like the Heptar's mind and got knocked out. But like back home, the shaman like have spells and they can say that you're not from around here and things. And I don't know whether or not you know them.
To be able to take the forces of good and evil.
Yes.
Maybe.
Or at least
I don't know.
strangers from a different dimension. Realm. Realm? Plane. That's the word they used. Plane.
Yeah, well, we could. There are people who have the ability to. Well, they're more towards the Kanzaks and stuff. The undead, the wandered. Yes. Well, we don't like to talk about them much, but it's a rather troubling. Yes. But yes, we can try. But I think your process seems to be quite sufficient.
It's certainly sufficient. Just be cautious. Jackson here is big and strong and can handle what may pop out. So subtlety. The gentle hand on the shoulder, more than the Jackson way, would probably be more effective. And if you find something, report it immediately to the authorities and to the king.
That's exactly what I would ask. I mean, I'm just a priest. I don't know very much about how to deal with them, as you call them, a pudding.
They tend to have the consistency of pudding when they reveal themselves. That's kind of gelatinous and
they're big, giant tentacle beasts.
Yeah.
Well, the pudding.
They're squishy like pudding.
And
like when
kind of color like it too, but
when they're human form, they feel like pudding. When they don't have bones, they feel like squishy pudding thing. Imagine a skin bag full of oatmeal.
haggis, sausages, raw, blood pudding. Just out the steamer.
I think I will go for. I don't have beer, but I do have this rather nice bottle of wine. Would anybody care to join me?
Oh, what's the other one? Creme brulee.
Shakily pours.
He pours out one, hands it to you,
glass.
next the bottle,
and passes that to Jackson and then puts the bottle to his lips.
Our work here is done, I feel.
But it's all right because, bearing in mind that now half the priests of Melora I've met have been pudding people.
What?
Of the four
There isn't that many.
Of the four priests of Melora I've met, 2 have been pudding people.
Okay, this is probably.
That's why I tested you before we gave you the stuff. Because if you'd have failed the pudding person test, then the response was very different.
You'd be dead by now.
Well, thank you for your visit.
You're welcome. Let's go. I'm almost cheerful about it.
And you see this gnarled hand push the door very firmly closed.
Bye.
The sound of glugging from behind it.
Tonight's sermon will be done over. I won't care anymore.
There are many times as that befall us.
Still got the bottle in his
We
hand.
must be forever watchful.
Yeah.
Drink up. Our time is nigh.
He's the dude with the sign now. Baboon.
The end is nigh.
Right,
That's
nigh.
a big sign that says "Beware the pudding people."
Beware the pudding people.
That's part of the drunken sermon.
It's going to be epic.
Always
It's
watch
going
the
to be epic.
things.
That's going to be a story that they're going to be told around town for years.
Did you see the priest in the Melora temple last night? Absolutely wrecked. He was so blotto. He told us to watch out
For the
for the dangers of
pudding
creme
people.
brulee.
It's like
The ancient purple pudding people eaters.
And he's like, creme brulee, are they a band?
The
Only
creme
that's
brulee. We're the creme brulees. We're getting stoned there. Ah, no.
human. Yeah, back,
Anyway.
back to the,
Anyway.
back to the
Anywho,
back to the castle with one broken robot, some tatters of magical carpet fabric.
yes.
A pot.
Ilin's workshop.
Um,
Ilin, sorry.
yeah. It's fine. Don't worry. Carry on.
Ilin is looking inside this the construct that you previously brought him, and he's analysing this device. Like fascinated with his work, a set of goggles that adjust.
Evening, Ilin. This didn't quite go according to plan.
Like he didn't have a plan to start with.
I did. I was going to bring you the working robot, but it decided to try and kill me and my friends, so I may have broken this one too. And then I will put a couple of gems on his desk, and then put a robot head, and then
The rest of it
on
out.
the chair next to him.
He's looking in the machine. He reaches down to where you sees you put something. He brings that under the goggles. Puts that back. Grabs the head. He looks at you with a giantly enlarged eyes.
I
Whoa.
broke this one too.
Sorry, say again.
I broke this one too.
Well, I can see that.
And here's the rug that was trying to eat people too.
It's just strips of fabric now because Charlie's attacking it with a dagger. He's
This poncho
I
tried to attack
have
us.
I kind of see it as like because it got a big slit down the mid, so it kind of looks like frayed pants from the front.
Yeah.
Jackson, I appreciate the gifts that you keep bringing me.
It's like a cat, really.
This place may look in disarray, but I assure you everything has a place and everything is in its place. I am not necessarily one to accept random broken artifacts. What is it you... This is mechanical.
and he shows you the inside of the other one.
Mhm.
Look inside this one, Jackson.
And then like it shows you inside the head. It's hollow. And then it says,
Look inside the neck.
it's hollow all the way down.
There's no moving parts.
Not
do
anymore.
you
It's dead.
Sorry?
There aren't any moving parts now. It's dead.
Then-
There is... Jack, look, let me show you. This has things inside it, like you have things inside you, Jackson. Like it.
Like I have croissants in me.
No, not like that, Killian. Like how you know you can feel a beating in your chest.
You're talking about hearts and lungs and things. Yeah, I've seen them.
Exactly.
Oh,
This has a mechanical version of that. This one here, the first one you brought me. The second one is hollow inside. This has nothing in it.
Well,
They're very different things. This is constructed, this is enchanted, I imagine. If it was able to fight you.
well, you can like because you made the robots with the pink gemmy thing. So why don't you make them like this one do the same?
What?
The robots in the tower.
Yeah. What are you asking? I don't get what you're asking.
I don't know. I thought he could like he wanted to look at it and see the working robot, but it doesn't work anymore.
Well, this is an enchantment. This is something I'm not familiar with.
So you
Enchanted-
can't tell if things are magical.
No, I can tell if they're magical. I can tell if it's enchanted. I'm not familiar with how to make it enchanted.
Can you tell what the magic is? Because we might have found some other stuff.
Can
I
you
could
identify
have a
magical
look.
items?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. You just bringing me more things, Jackson, all the time.
I haven't got them. Charlie's got them, and so's Killian.
Feeling that
You as well now. You too as well. Thank you, Erwin, for not burdening me further. What is it you have?
Croissant?
the
No.
armor, the scaled armor he's wearing.
Let me take a look. Let's see if he knows what it is. I'm going to make him roll. He knows. He tells you exactly what it is. It is an armor of acid resistance.
Ooh, very
plus-
handy if you're fighting slimy people, pudding people, because they're acidic.
Mhm, mhm,
And if
mhm.
you get eaten, so maybe we should give it to Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie looks over at Jackson.
Something like that.
That was one time.
It was really impressive, though.
What was that?
When he got eaten by the
Oh yeah.
by the worm.
Fun
You looked at-
times,
Charlie's.
wacky fun.
Oh yeah. So he says this is Elin rolled amazingly.
No.
Elin will say
These are boots of speed. Like they will make you swift of foot.
Wrong voice, I feel, but carry on.
oh
Yeah.
so it was, yeah.
These are boots of speed. They will make you swift of foot. Able to travel at what was it? Yeah, and this will allow you to control creatures from another plane. Higher elements.
I got money.
I'm not quite sure. Where did you find such artifacts?
Like the enchanted armor, Thakelbrows' house. These items were hidden away, with also some religious relics, but we returned to the various churches.
Something like this.
and he's holding the fire.
Oh, yep.
The brazier. And then he holds it and says,
This would have been traded from another plane. It's not made here.
Well, that's interesting.
This would have been a gift. Highly prized.
Like
Well,
you talking
It
about,
was
like,
kind of stuffed into a cupboard, so someone didn't praise it, consider it much of a gift.
you meaning like the Feywild place?
No.
Because we've
Look,
been.
yeah.
and he goes and grabs from a cupboard and pulls out like a what looks to be like a kind of map, and he says
Uh-oh.
and lays it down and he says,
We are here.
and he shows you like a circle in the center of the paper. He says,
Next to us is rumored to be a place known as the Fae.
Yeah, we've been
I've
there.
been there.
Next to us here is a dark place. Things of nightmares.
Mm.
We almost went there.
Is this the map of the plains?
This is a map of the plains indeed. And
Ooh.
all around the edges, here are the elemental planes.
That's where the prince is.
What?
In the dark place.
Yeah, that one.
Where the king is sending his men, yes.
Yeah, that's where the prince is.
Yes, I think the king is readying his men as we speak. I mean, they leave soon.
We almost went there. We've been there. Haven't been there yet.
You get about.
Yeah.
Why do they get about? You literally can't stop them getting about.
Get around. Get around.
Things just don't survive them getting about sometimes. Whole warehouses don't survive them getting about.
Oh, really?
That
Drinking coffee.
oh no. Who he goes to ask who did it. And then just looks between Killian and Jackson. Oh, I see.
Anyway,
Yes, look. I haven't. This is mechanical. This has been enchanted. These are what they are. What else do you want from me today? It's been a long day.
hasn't it just?
Very long day.
Very, very long day. Is
Yeah.
it? Do you have any chart? Is there a possibility of you actually repairing this mechanical marvel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just
Appreciate it.
a quick question.
Yes.
What are those? And I point to the little red ruby coloured gems.
Where did
They-
you find them?
They're the eyes of the enchanted suit of armor.
Well, I imagine that's what their purpose is, to see.
What are they?
I
Are they
think
magic?
some sort of quartz, I think.
Garnet?
That colour.
Well, it might have been stained with something. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's part of the enchantment.
Can I take them off him and have a look? Would I know what they were?
You could take them off him.
Can I have a look?
You think they are semi-precious stone that's been dyed with some kind of
Alchemical bath.
alchemical process that dyed them red?
So
Like a permeable quartz, maybe, like, or just it might be a coating on the outside.
okay. So even with my magic background, I don't know what they are.
No, they just appear to be just part of the
Hmm.
construct.
Like a spell component.
Yeah, like if you had LEDs in a robot, they're the
LED.
to represent eyes or sensors or something within in a robot, more like that. That's what it tries to convey to you.
The way I had it in my head is they were like, you know, those doorbells that are cameras. That's how I
Yeah, rings. Actually, probably exactly what they were used for.
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
I saw them.
Well, you saw them flash when
Yeah.
someone walked past them, so that kind of activated the
Yeah, that's why I think
Mhm.
I saw them as kind of like mini
Mhm.
cameras. So
I don't remember when we looked at the actual armor of the suit of armor of the enchanted ones.
Mhm.
It was just normal metals, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, just simple.
So, and the rest of it's not magical because it's dead now. Yeah.
The enchantment seems to be broken. The enchantment seems to be broken.
So if we stuck the red gems back inside the hat and then stuck the hat back on the top, it wouldn't switch back on.
No, you would need someone to animate this object.
Okay.
Re-enchant, I think he means.
All right. So maybe we just give the suit of armor to the. Do you want the gems, and I'll give the suit of armor to the smithy down in the castle?
Well, they're always useful, I suppose. Gillian.
No. As in, I was talking to Killian rather than
Oh.
as if you want to keep the gems. And yeah, if you don't want the rest of the metal stuff, then we can just reuse it.
I've got plenty on my plate here. I don't need any more plate here.
And smithing wise, it's not. It won't fit anyone. Could it be re-smithed to fit someone?
What do you think this is possible? Yes, with your background.
Hammering in tin snips would go a long way.
Okay. Are you okay if we leave it here and I'll pick it up in the morning?
Put it in the corner, Jackson, please.
Okay, I'll pop it in the corner.
Crunch, clatter, 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 clatter.
Oh, if you hear any rumors of other ones coming up from underneath the eye, we'd like to know, because like when this one activated, the one that I threw down the stairs that disappeared into the sea might have activated too.
That
It's been a long day.
it's not the kind of room I'm likely to hear. But
I couldn't say that without laughing.
if such word reaches me, Jackson, you'll be the first to know.
That's good to hear.
Second.
I'm gonna go off to bed.
Yeah. Ilian will just apologize to Killian.
Killian. Haven't had much time to work on the croissant dispensing unit. Ever so sorry. I'll get on it when things are a bit more normal.
Nothing's normal here.
Certainly not for a while. Not for a long while. Good night, Killian. I think I need to sleep. And think. Or maybe just sleep without thinking.
Can you sleep without thinking?
Killian, go from my office, from my workshop this instant. Charles, always a pleasure.
Dreams, just your brain
Come along,
thinking.
Killian. Killian.
Wow. And Killian breaks. And 2 days later, still going, I think I'm going mad.
Killian, come on, let's get some rest. Let's go see. Killian, I've got this. Please resolve it. The situation. Come along, Killian. Mama's probably got something on the stove.
Mama! I've almost died twice in one day. So
Yeah. We've all had a very interesting
Yeah.
24 hours.
I think that's probably where we go to a close, with you sort of hungrily feasting in the kitchens.
I'm actually going to go down and go see my little Arctic fox. Well, it's been a long while.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I think go check on my little friend.
You go back to the pens and you see that they are
rotund.
they are
Bingo.
Tango, yep. Tango. I was looking him up. Yeah.
Tango.
Tango, yeah. Tengo.
Oh, Tango.
Tango. Yep. See my Arctic fox, Tango.
Tango.
Hasn't been turned into I don't have to kill somebody because he's been turned into shoes or something like that.
No, Tango is fine, but
Yeah.
Tango, you get the sense that being well fed was okay for a time,
Mm.
but these walls aren't where Tango thrives.
I'll take Tango with me. Yep.
He's been a fantastic little fox. He has.
Mm-hmm. He's probably like, come with me. You'll soon wish you stayed here.
The fox is like,
This is luxury compared to what I have to deal with.
its little bright eyes and whiskers look towards you. Its long-term master look towards this temporary caretaker. There's a brief look over the shoulder, and then that trot after you behind Erwin.
Oh yeah, I'll give him fusses and cuddles and play fetch and journey. House.
He does a thing where it's almost, he kind of, as you walk, it goes in between, like ducks underneath, and kind of slinks between your legs because of your reduced height.
You've seen semi-tame foxes and how they actually they do almost like a snake, like crawl towards you. They're really fast at it too. It's like you can't even see the feet. It's just it's like whoa.
They make really good sounds as well.
They he they laugh. They laugh. They generally he.
And that's where we'll close off with you guys taking rests and long rests and recovering. and
Oh, long rest! Yay!
eating and getting ready for your next day of adventure. in
I
the
get to
city of
heal
Northern South,
some.
or further afield,
Mm.
because I think there was a plan to go to Kansas.
Yeah, we're going to Kanzak.
I thought we were
Yeah.
going by the gem.
But this was the discussion.
This was the
Um,
question,
And
yeah.
you kind of went very dangerous, and you're probably right. We probably want to go to Kanzak's first, then come up to with more knowledge, then come to the gym. Because like depends on what we want.
I think there's also, and I can't remember why I've got this thought, is there is also whether or not there may be some of these pretty people actually part of the library and stuff. I don't know
Not
why I've
impossible.
got that.
It's not impossible, but also it's everywhere we go where there are people with power. This is going to be a danger because that's what they've been. That's what they do.
Insidiously hunting people with power.
Yeah. So that's always going to be an issue. Going to Kanzak, where it's literally a place of knowledge and power, almost guaranteed they're either going to be immune because they've been studying this for so long, they already know what's going on and just, have ways of detecting this.
Mm.
It's very dangerous for the Moor who wants to stay secret to infiltrate Kanzak because it's literally a place full of mages. And the one thing mages do is identify. They're very good at it. So it's very hard to hide. Because just stray walking past the wrong lab at the wrong time, and there's an extra dimensional presence around here. Hey,
It's like,
Brian.
wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking away.
Yeah. And to add to that, they have a tendency to put like barriers and like shields and shit like
Walls.
that around, and
Mm.
it's all part of the wizard's repertoire. So they would probably love to get somebody involved in Kanzak's, but could they?
Wait, let's-
Yes and no. And we don't know, if we still don't know if they can actually keep all their powers, because we've never seen a priest. I've never seen a priest infected with a gem actually use their priestly powers. So maybe an extra-dimensional pudding person can't be a mage. Well, at least could have been a mage before and just can't cast spells, or can't be a priest. We don't know. That'd be interesting to find out.
Okay, cool, guys. Thank you for playing. It was thank you for putting up with my weird accent change, voice changes there where I got wrong.
It's all over the
and I'm
place.
sorry
Love it.
for breaking down laughing.
But
Right,
yeah,
okay.
really funny. Lots of laughs. Thank you so much, and we'll see
We
you.
guffawed. So much guffawing.
Here in the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
see
Oh yeah,
you-
see you Sunday, Matt.
See
Yeah,
you
yeah,
Sunday,
right.
Matt.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers, Matt. Bye.